Oh, hey. Oh, that music cut off fast. It's Friday. Woo, it's House Seats Presents. That's such a live. Wow. That was something else over there, Scott. Happy Friday.
Yes.
Happy Friday, everybody. Woo! Oh, hi. That's Tamanda. Tamanda's new to us today. Hi. She's filling in for Keely, our friend over there. And then we have our lovely Andy out there. What are you drinking, Andy? This is whiskey. This is Whiskey Wednesday, Whiskey Friday. We have Tommy Savitt, or as we know now in town, Tommy Lama, in the studio today. Whoa! We're all about the yellings. And we have to give a shout out real quick to so our beginning music that we play has a little bit of Bette Midler sampled in there into the My House, My House. And she just opened Hello Dolly last night at the what theater she's at in New York on Broadway? Do you know? We'll look at that up. Doesn't matter. It's fine. I saw the pictures of Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick and all of them attending the opening of Bette Midler's show. So we have to go check that out when we go to New York next time. I wonder if it's pretty hard to get tickets to a Bette Midler Hello Dolly.
I'm sure it would.
I'm sure it's probably the hardest thing. Yeah. Yeah. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. At the beginning of the show, kind of top of show, we kind of talk about what we did over the week or the weeks because we've been kind of off for spring break. Had a little illness back. I got married about 4 weeks ago.
Congrats.
Yeah, so I had a picture of that, but I had another photo because we just saw our new photos from a photographer. They're a little bit darker to see, but we have a whole bunch of shots now from our awesome photo guy. He did like drone camera work and all kinds of crazy stuff at the house we got married at, and we got married in San Diego. So
nice.
Yeah, the weather was perfect. We were just talking about weddings. We were talking about Tamanda, when she got married, she had this white dove just sort of fly by in the middle of her ceremony. Yeah. Oh. There. Thank you, Scott, for that horrible man. But those are those moments that, yeah. So we had hot air balloon come right over us during our ceremony. A whole bunch of them, actually. We got married right outside of Del Mar, so where the racetracks are and stuff. So they have hot air balloons that go up almost every night at a certain time, and that's just kind of when they decided to show up on the night of our wedding. So you can be blessed with those little moments in life. And then I also have a restaurant here in town.
You do?
I do. I have DW Bistro. It's on the west side of town. And we are doing, if you want to pop it up, we're doing Popstars and Rockstars brunch on Sunday. So every now and then we like to change it up and have some themes going on. So this Sunday we're doing, you can dress as your favorite pop star or rock star and come to brunch. We'll have a DJ doing all kinds of things like that. Maybe you can come as Backstreet Boys or Justin Timberlake or whatever else. Have you seen their show, by the way, in town here?
No.
The Backstreet Boys new show? Have any of you seen it? No. We keep missing our invitation to openings of these. Somehow I keep getting left off the list of that. Jennifer Lopez. I'm just going to keep naming names of shows. Do you get a chance to go see shows when you're out and about?
I do.
What do you typically go see when you go out?
Whatever's free. Whatever's free.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know?
Are you a member of House Seats?
Actually,
that's for Nerda.
Actually, I use House Seats for my show.
Yes.
So technically I am.
Yeah. And we get a lot of awesome feedback. We'll talk about that. We get a lot of awesome feedback on your show from our members.
Oh, that's great.
As well. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, they like your show a lot. Well, and a lot of them, they followed LA Comedy Club as we were talking top of show, Scott and I, about all the venues that LA Comedy Club has gone to. Now you're at the Stratosphere. But yeah, no, people really love the comedians they bring in. So, and you have been, and I see you even on TripAdvisor getting amazing comments too. So
yeah, that's nice to see.
So also over our break, we did, Andy directed Jesus Christ Superstar. We did that over at the Tropicana. This is a fantastic cast picture orchestra band. It was a huge, what did you say? There was about 100 plus people on that stage doing the show. Everybody from people from Baz, people from Enoch over from Zombie Burlesque. We had people from Rock of Ages past and a lot of alumni from that. It was an amazing show, and dancers extraordinaire. We had several people on the show over the last weeks about this production. So sold out show at the Tropicana. Raised money for Golden Rainbow, and it did very, very well.
So it was a one-night event.
One night only, one afternoon only. Oh, and there's our bird. Oh my God, we go right to that. So our house has become a menagerie of animals now. We got a new dog, so we have 2 dogs, and then my partner rescued a little sparrow from the parking garage. We live in a high rise, and so we're raising Kevin, which is the greatest name ever. Now he's no longer in a box with his poop. That's a great photo. So awesome.
That's what I was looking at.
That's his little turd over there. Sorry. So he's now living in a proper cage. And he wakes us up every morning. It's so nice. Are you my mother? So yes, the birds. So I have to say I'm following you on Twitter now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, and I like your tweets.
Thank you.
I don't even Twitter anymore or tweet anymore much, but I know people still do that. Birds. So I like this one you wrote today. People come in and out of your life. The ones that remain keep borrowing money. That's
so true.
That is
so
true.
true.
That is true. Or they want money.
Yeah. No, what I do is I give a proverb of the day.
Okay.
That I made up.
Yeah.
So
a freebie.
A freebie.
Yeah.
And it's because what I do is I teach, I enlighten. That's what my show is about.
Yes.
It's a healing cleaning center that Vegas desperately needs. There's a lot of addictions, and I teach you how to embrace those addictions. Why is addiction bad?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What does addiction mean? Addiction means it's something you like to do a lot.
Right.
Like a hobby. You're good at it. You know, addicts have focus.
Yeah, they have a tremendous amount of focus.
That's why it's called.
Sure.
That's why it's called getting a fix.
Yeah.
It's not called a broken. You know. So, usually the people that come to my shows, I assume they've hit rock bottom. That's why. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. And you know what they say: when you hit rock bottom, the only way to go is up. And I go, "What's your rush? What's your rush? Get comfortable.
Stay down here
a while.
at the bottom.
We all have beer.
Exactly.
Stay. Look, you already defied everyone's expectations. So this is the and you feel good. You feel good. People come here with problems. Clearly you're coming to my show. You have major problems. And okay, so what do I do? Create bigger ones. Mm-hmm. And then you'll forget what you came in for to begin with. That's why I wrote my book, The Law of Distraction.
The Law of Distraction. Now, how did you come to the enlightenment of the Tommy Lama over the past stand-up or work you've done prior?
Okay, well...
How did you come to the Lama?
Well, when I was in prison, I joined a spiritual order known as the Crips. They had an affirmative action program going on at the time, and that's how I got in. And they got me comfortable with public speaking by showering in front of my peers. And as I got comfortable with my body, so did they.
Gotcha.
And basically the leader, the great spiritual leader of the Crips, the great Maharashi Yamaha Suzuki Toyota, giving me my new name, the Tommy Lama. And from when I got out, I started practicing the ways that that's when you find religion, is when you're in prison anyway.
And how do you think one comes to find you in that sense? So when they come to the Stratosphere, they have sought you out for this.
Well, some people came by accident, but the ones that do seek me out really need help. And they come because I make them accept their flaws and turn it into a positive. And like gambling addiction.
They're already in the casino.
As Jesus said,
yeah.
Give up all your possessions and follow me. And by gambling, you're halfway there.
And so, for the people who come to your show, what can one expect? Because unfortunately I didn't get a chance to see it. The show is Friday through Tuesday at the Stratosphere at 10 o'clock. But so tell me, what does one expect when they come to see the Lama?
It's an interactive healing show.
I imagined it would be interactive.
So I do use a lot of energy work.
Okay.
A lot of healing, I use chimes, new age things, and I move people around when the energy's sour. And, like people could come in married and then they wind up leaving with different partners. It happens.
Yeah. Well...
and sometimes they all couple up and it's a swinging thing. It really happens. I'm not joking. I performed an impromptu marriage and I'm not even licensed.
Nope.
I did it. They were going to get married and I just accelerated the process.
You happened the process.
Yeah.
How many audience members do you take through this journey on any given night? I mean, how many people come
Well,
to see
the
you?
seating capacity is at 150, thanks to house seats.
Hey.
So it varies every night, you know.
Yeah.
It depends. Monday, I guess people feel good on Mondays. That's why they don't come.
Oh.
But
okay. They don't need your help on
I think
Mondays?
something about Monday.
Nobody needs your help on Mondays?
They're overconfident.
God, man.
They're overconfident,
I guess so.
and it's light, you know. Like
And then
very
Tuesday they
there's
get
a lot of
downtrodden.
hubris.
Yeah.
Tuesday, they realize they're
fucking
living
downtrodden.
their life, which is the reality too hard to bear.
Apathy comes and they need help.
Then they realize, oh my God, it's the start of the week. I should have came on Monday. That's what happens.
And so has this Lama act been on the road or just in Las Vegas?
No. I've taken it on the road. And then this summer I was at the Tropicana.
Okay.
And I
You're at
moved
Laugh
to
Factory.
At the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
And now I'm at the Strat. And it's amazing work that's happening here.
Do you feel there's more need for you in the Strat over the Trop with people? They need more Lama downtown.
Well, here's the situation. When I was at the Trop, I had a 5 o'clock spot.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of the people that were attending that show were no longer going to be with us much longer. So the 10 o'clock has a little more life in them. A little,
from you.
Yeah. It was more or less,
Yeah.
So I roll up my sleeves and let's get the work done. And what's great about my show is that you have the option of a $20 all you can drink.
Yes, I saw this on there.
For that alone,
that's quite an awesome option to pay $20 to
unbelievable.
All you can drink, and then the Lama comes that much more healing.
Right. And who cares what the Lama has to say?
Are people like levitating after?
It's incredible. I talk to the dead. I speak to dead animals. It's incredible what happens here. It's a whole hodgepodge, you know, like you got the Dr. Phil, the Dr. Oz's, right? I take all of what they do and I combine the secular with the spiritual.
Rachel Ray.
Yeah, Rachel Ray, right?
Yeah.
A tremendous culinary guru.
Yeah.
I take all the arts and I meld them into one. It's like my show is half healing, half timeshare, and part Zumba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all of that.
Yeah,
it's an amalgamation.
So tell me, because I've always been curious, and I just watched one of those Chelsea Handler shows on Netflix, you know, where she interviews people. She interviewed Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone, and they have a new show called Nobodies that they produced. And so they were kind of talking about their beginnings of stand-up. I want to ask you this because I'm always fascinated about comedians, and we really haven't really delved into, I think you're one of the few comedians we've had on the show, to kind of delve into the life of a comedian, how you actually start. And Chelsea Handler asked Melissa McCarthy when she first did stand up, and Melissa didn't know you should prepare anything. She just kind of got up there with a wig and some sort of character and just told stories. Whereas Chelsea was talking about how she, did such a poor job for 10 years being a stand up comedian / waitress, whatever. How did it start for you? Where did you get your start doing stand up besides jail?
Well, before this enterprise started, I had a different act. And I went to law school. I went to Brooklyn Law School.
Okay.
I could have gone to Yale or Harvard had I been accepted.
Brooklyn Law School.
And graduated the top third or the bottom third of my class. The point is this. I hated law school. It was my second year of law school.
Yeah.
And I said, what am I going to do with this? This is boring. And I said, I know I'll become a judge advocate general for the Marines. So I joined the Marine Corps during the summer of my law school.
Okay.
Reservist.
Yeah.
We do a split summer program. And I would make the drill instructors laugh during this time. I would use vocabulary that was above their pay grade at the time. And I'd make them laugh. I would make the recruits laugh. I'd go, sir, the pus emanating from my head is unparalleled and second to none. I suggest I do not go outside the barracks, whatever. And
right.
They couldn't believe the audacity, and the drill instructors would have to leave because they were laughing.
Yeah.
The recruits would laugh.
They're very serious over there.
Yes. Yeah. And then to make a long story short, I didn't complete my program.
Yeah.
They wanted to consolidate it. I was like Bill Murray from Stripes, okay? So I had it in my contract. Nothing would interfere with my law school.
Right.
And then as I'm leaving, my drill instructor goes, I hear you leaving, Savitt. Good, you're a failure. And when one unfortunate woman's going to marry you and bear you a child, and you're watching the next great war on television, your child's going to look up to your blue eyes, and you know what you're going to say, Savit? You could have been a Marine. You're a loser. One more thing. Don't be a lawyer. Be a comedian.
Oh, shit.
And that gave me the impetus during my second year of law school to
go and do
this.
And how was so did you perform in New York first? Did you perform
New York.
in that? Yeah.
I started in New York, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how was that market, particularly for a comedian at that time?
This was already the waning of the boom. You know, this is we're starting 94 now.
Okay.
So I'm at the tail end of the golden where it was hot.
Right.
You know, so, and I would perform as a rookie, as a newbie, going in between the likes of Dave Attell, Dave Chappelle, all those cats,
right.
Jim Norton, all those guys. So it was a great education. That's you were going with these Ivy League type comedians.
Right,
so it was an incredible learning experience. Best.
Who were some of the people on the docket when you'd share the stage? Who were some of the people that you shared the stage with?
Like those guys that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
And then you would have Chris Rock making cameos.
Yeah.
David Brennan. You had Tony Woods. Kevin Brennan, I meant. A lot of the guys that are
coming around now.
Around. They've been around, yeah.
So as far as Vegas is concerned, and how did you make your way from New York to Las Vegas?
Well, I made it from New York to Los Angeles.
Yes.
And then I got the Trop this summer.
Okay.
And then I was living in the Trop. I still have my apartment, but I moved now in October here to Vegas.
Yeah.
When I ended the Trop and went on to Strat.
They had you living in the Tropicana?
I was living in the Trop.
Wow. What was that like?
It was great. It was great. It was great. It was great.
I know. You know what? I've always thought
meals. It was amazing.
I always envied. I'm not to the degree that he was, a hermit in there, but I always envied Howard Hughes. The idea of living in the hotel and just being that was your whole life.
I love it.
I mean, everything catered for you. It'd be the best.
See, it didn't bother me living on the Strip because it's like New York City to me.
Right.
So like people know I loved it.
You walk out anywhere.
You got action, baby.
Yeah. You. When you came here and with the expectation of what Vegas represents in that sense, because I always wonder, especially for you guys, because you're your own business as a comedian, you're basically out there putting yourself out there. How does it differ from these other markets that you're in?
Well, basically, if you don't have a show in Vegas, then you shouldn't be here.
Right?
No, because there's not the comedy clubs. They book out. They don't really book Vegas acts. They book from outside.
Gotcha.
And you're here for a week if you're just doing the clubs.
Right.
But if you don't have a residency somewhere, the only positive about staying in Vegas for a comedian is that it's the best airplane fares you can get. Yeah. So if you go on the road, there is an advantage to staying here, and plus you're in striking distance from LA if you need to go for an audition. That's
the one thing I always tell people. It's like Vegas is the best to leave when you need to, because the airport, get anywhere, fly anywhere, really good fares, really easy place.
All times of night. So for that alone.
Now, how would you say, in that same sense, how would you say the crowds differ from, obviously besides the tourists, but how did you say the core, people, when you do a show in LA versus Vegas, the kind of people that come to the show?
Well, you get the world coming here. So to me, it's like New York in the sense, except that you get more of a West Coast blanching. Blanching
audience.
Yeah, blanching. More
They're
West,
blanched.
Yeah, more
like vegetables.
Yes. So you get a little more West Coast tip, but it's similar to New York. I'm not exactly. New York is the world.
Yeah.
Here it's similar to that. So you could be edgy and you could be saucy and you could be
They get it.
They can't. They can't. I mean, well, when you get the heavy dose of the Midwest, and it brings
it down.
It down a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
You get that Branson crowd.
Yeah, you get them. You get a lot of those down around the summertime.
Yeah. That Branson. They bring down the temperature a little bit.
For the free the
Yeah.
cheaper rooms and whatnot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those are the fun crowds. Do you have a lot of Trump jokes in your show?
You know what?
Well, the Lama doesn't really.
The
isn't political.
Lama doesn't do it.
It's apolitical.
It's apolitical, and I provide an escapism. Everyone is doing the Trump jokes and everything like that. Come to me and make it your own Pee Wee Playhouse.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Nice.
That's what it is. It's a Pee Wee Playhouse for adults.
I can't wait to see
That's
this
what
show.
it is.
This
It's
gonna be
total.
fun. We're all
it's
gonna
romper
do
room.
this. Yeah,
romper
it's romper room. Yeah,
it's total romper room.
Yeah. So who are your favorites when you think about the comedians that, like, I get a little Rodney Dangerfield coming off of
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Totally feel that.
Yeah. You got Rodney.
Yeah.
Rodney. I love the one-liners. I love that.
Yeah.
Rodney was definitely up there. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. You're intuitive. I could work with you.
I can see it.
You could be a disciple. You could, yes.
I'll bring my symbols with me when I come. I'll sit
Bring
there
it.
and I'll tell you when it's the next person to come.
Good.
Yeah.
And then Steve Martin.
Yeah. You know,
know.
is he here or is he coming here? At the Coliseum, Steve Martin and Martin Short. I think either that's coming or, I probably didn't get my invite again, I would imagine. They're going to be at the Coliseum, though. I believe that's coming up. So
Also, a great Jim Jones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
He was the one that really truly understood the concept of a 2-drink minimum.
Wow.
Dave Koresh was another one.
Oh, yeah.
He was really good. These are the ones that Tommy Lama looks up to.
David Koresh is what's on Tommy Lama's wall as he walks out into the crowd. You're definitely.
Oh, it's definitely It's on.
You're lighting a candle for each one of these as you go by. Yeah,
you get it.
Yeah,
you get it. You get it.
Yeah. So, for anyone who aspires to be a comedian, this is something that I'm always interested in because this is not an easy field to get in. And I see people, who talk about the SNL characters and the people who, made it on that show and whatnot. What advice would you give somebody who'd be watching, talking about wanting to be a stand-up comedian?
Well, you're in for a lot of pain.
Yeah.
A lot of hurt.
Do they have a lot of that to share in the beginning? Is that one of the reasons why a lot of people do it, or?
Well, I think they live in the
channeling.
Well, if you want to make a living at it, it's a lot of hurt. It's a lot of lean years because there's so many people, and it's hard to see a pearl in a swamp, whatever the saying goes.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of noise, and if you do it for the love of it, that will keep you going, and then that's a healthy way. But if you look at your peers and how come they're there and you're not, and then that could cause an imbalance, and that's why my show exists.
And with your show, do you often do, because I think we talked about this before the show, you had done a small show at the Hawaiian Marketplace last night. Do you do private gigs? People pay you to come and do private gigs out there?
Yes. Yeah, I do private. I do it all.
I think we're going to have to, so Andy, does a lot of our House Seats Presents. That's what one of the things he does is he does a lot of our shows like Jesus Christ Superstar. We do a series at the House of Blues called The Set List, but I think we have room in our little arsenal to do some comedy because we haven't really done that.
Nice.
So you might have to come out and do a little stint with us.
Yes.
In front of
and I call it comedy because that's just my lure to bring them into my show. If I tell them
before
spiritual
you change their
healing,
life,
they're not going to come.
Yeah.
Comedy,
they're not going to come from the healing.
No.
Are you sure? The 2 doors down, there's a healer, I think, right? Isn't she?
How's she doing?
I don't know. She doing so good right there.
Right.
Yeah. For us to come to the show, I think we're all going to come see your show next week, or this week, I should say, before Tuesday. We're going to come there for the $20 all you can drink. That's a deal.
Yeah. You could tune me out. Who cares?
Whatever.
Who cares what the llama has to say?
I mean, there's going to be levitating and all kinds of things happening.
You're so good. And by the way, gin is so good for arthritis. I got to tell you. I'm living testament.
I'm going to have to. I'm on whatever this is. This watered down.
All these fake healers, the Dr. Phil's. They tell you not to drink alcohol. Alcohol. Okay. If you drink enough alcohol, you vomit. And what happens when you vomit? You release toxins.
You cleanse.
You release toxins.
Yes.
Will you black out? Probably. But that's your body protecting you from embarrassing memories.
Sure, yeah. Which we've had many of. In fact, in the show. And real quick, we were going to have one of your friends and one of my new friends as of last year, Matthew Sausalito. He wasn't able to make it. Sausalito. Is that a city in LA, California? We were supposed to have him here, but he was on our show about, I would say almost it's a year ago. because we met him through EDC, through the Electric Daisy Carnival, and so.
Were you in the film?
No, I was not.
He made me
I
watch
probably was in the background.
Okay, I saw the film.
Yeah. He did a really good job in that show. We'll have to have him back on because we are going to go back out to that in June 17, 18, 19. We're going to go. Are you going to come with us to that? It's above his crowd control right there. I think that's a little too much people for you. It's fun though. Have you ever been?
No, I've never been. But I'm sure Matt.
There's a lot of healing out there for you to do.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it, but they need my guidance.
You could get up there with the DJ and do some healing with them.
Absolutely. By the way, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect.
You mix with Tiesto.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. I can totally see that happening. Calling people up on stage for healings.
It would be an amazing. It would be like
something we've never
Bethlehem.
seen.
It would be like Bethlehem. Even better.
Shepherds and all.
Yeah.
The three wise men. Well, thank you for coming on today. I really appreciate it. Your show is at the Stratosphere. I was going to call it the Laugh Factory. It is not the Laugh Factory.
No.
It is LA Comedy Club at the Stratosphere. 10 p.m.s Friday through Tuesday.
Yes.
And any private gigs you might be able to do.
Yes.
And we'll probably have to go to Steve Martin together.
I'd love that.
I think that'd be amazing. This is it. This is you.
Done.
And me. Done. Me and the llama.
Look at this. Look at the energy.
Me and the llama. Ooh.
Unbelievable.
I'm just achieved. Healed. I don't even have a hiatal hernia anymore. I'm healed. Happy Friday, everybody. Bye.
Lamas.